Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to do Cutcliffe lucky number 13. And Primrose Silk as always. And the body here is going to be red fox fur. The hackle is going to be a blood red hackle. And then this is a pattern that has a wing. And the wing again is Woodcock, and I'm going to try and do it folded. And he says for the Woodcock under feather. So I'm going to use the inside section of that. The color difference is it's more of a muted, less of that brown, becomes more of a grayish, dunnish hue to it in that way. So I'm going to take a section and fold it, give that a whirl again, and see if we can't do a decent job. So just dubbing on fox fur now. I'm going to give it a buggy look to it. For those of you that are just chiming in, I'm working through a collection of all the flies to the best of my abilities and to my knowledge. Of course, there are no pictures in Cutcliffe's book, so exactly what these flies look like we don't really know. We have some renditions done by Roger Woolley, that were part of John Shanner's collection, which should give us a pretty good idea. We have pictures of flies from other authors in and around this time period to get a little bit of an idea. And now with Dr. Paul Gaskell's second edition of his book, we have some photographs of a collection of materials that we are pretty sure are Cutcliffe's. Get a little idea of what quality of his hackles were and colors of dubbing and so forth. So definitely very, very helpful. This is a cuello, or a neck feather from Gallo de Leon, and it's a color called Rubion, and they vary slightly in color, but they tend to be very, very blood red, and or at least some of them are. And so I'm using one of those, just kind of brushing the top hackle fibers down a little bit to not interfere with my wing set as much. And some of those larger guard hairs from the fox fur, clipping those off. So now I'm going to take just from one side. I have matching feathers here because I do matching slips, but just taking one side, and I'm going to try to do my best to align the tips, and then fold it so that the underside is now on the outside. And then I'm going to set the wings on edge. Just had to remove some fibers there. On top, on edge. A little bit of a hangover on either side. This is a size 12 hook. Cutcliffe tended to use bigger hooks, and so you use almost the entirety of the side of the Woodcock. And then I'm going to clip away the butt ends, the waist, the root ends, as they probably would say. There's not much, so it's a little bit of delicate work here to get it in there. That last wrap I felt flipped it a little bit, so I'm backing off. But I'm going to come back in with well waxed thread. It's going to hold, so you can do that. And just covered up those butt ends, got them away from the eye of the hook, and wrapping back to the edge where that's set. And of course, I'm still fiddling with it. Can't stop fiddling. Hopefully a fish will eat your fly and you won't have to worry about the fiddling. And then I'm going to do a back to front 3 or 4 turn whip finish, seat the knot, and cut your thread off. And as the late Oliver Edwards says, job's done. And that is the fly. We'll give it a little 360 here so you can see it. And a close up. And that's all. Thank you so much. Take care.